August 7, 2018, exactly a year ago, the DMK Supremo passed away. It was a very solemn moment for the entire state because he was a very tall leader admired by Tamils across the world. And that night, he passed away exactly at 6:10 p.m.
Yes.
What happened in the hospital with his son, the present DMK President M.K. Stalin, very keen that the mortal remains of his father should be buried in the Marina. But that was not possible because the state government, I think around 8 o'clock, released a press release saying that we won't be able to give place at the Marina and that he would have to be buried somewhere at Gandhi Mandapam Road in Koturpuram in Chennai. And you were the one who took the initiative to take the issue to the court and got a positive order. Please tell us, please give us a graphic account of what transpired that night in the hospital.
You all would have listened to our Talabadi's speech about how he met the Chief Minister along with his family members, and he assured that he will look into the issue. But the moment he sent two of his party leaders to meet the Chief Minister, the Chief Minister again said that he will look into and he will take necessary steps to allot space at Marina. But unfortunately, when they came back to the hospital, then we all saw a press release in the media, which was scrawled in the TV also, that the Chief Secretary's statement saying that Marina cannot be given on account of cases being pending, and there are legal issues concerning Marina, and that they will allot near Gandhi Mandapam. So that immediately, when it was flashed in TV channels, we all were upset. And Mr. Our Talabadi, Mr. M.K. Stalin, was taken back, and it was really under a terrible trauma and pressure.
Why did he insist on Marina? Why not take up Koturpuram?
No, it has got a history behind. When patriarch Anna passed away, he was buried in Marina. His mortal remains there in Marina. And Kalanja that time said that I am taking your heart, and when I come back, I will give it to you. So that was his statement. Kalanja was very fond of patriarch Anna, his mentor, and it goes without saying that it was his last wish, and which he was telling in media. He used to write about that, and therefore we were very particular, to implement his wishes.
What happened? Tell us what happened in the hospital. Who were all there when you had a discussion?
All the leaders were there, apart from our Talabadi. His family members were also there. It is in the 4th floor, Kaveri Hospital. The entire 4th floor was, given. Kalanja was in the ICU, and after this news of demise at 6:10, so all the family members were there, and a lot of discussions were going on. Of course, there were discussions politically to handle. After the delegates came back, and we saw this news in the TV, and after all discussions and uh, when they asked my opinion, when our working president, he was then working president, so he asked my suggestions, and I suggested that we can challenge in the court of law, and he immediately accepted it.
Okay. So the suggestion came from him. He asked you.
He asked me.
Can Mr.
Yes, he asked me. Is it? Then I said yes. We can challenge it in a court of law.
There are a huge number of lawyers representing DMK. Why did the case come to you particularly?
No, it so happened that I was in the same floor. I used to go daily. Once it happened that week before I left to Madurai. Then around as soon as I landed Madurai and I checked into a hotel, then I started receiving news that Talaivar has become more critical. Then all my attention and the heart was with that news, and I was calling people who were there. So from that day onwards, I thought I should be in the hospital or at least go daily there. So overnight I heard that he's come to normal stage. So next day I went back to Chennai, and every day I used to go to hospitals and be there, and that's how I was there when he breathed his last.
After Mr. Stalin gave a go-ahead to you to file the case, what did you do next? Whom did you approach? Directly?
Yeah, I immediately called the acting chief justice office. I spoke to his private secretary, and I said that we are going to move a writ petition. And before that, I want to make a mention before the acting chief justice to seek his permission, because that day happened to be it is holiday. The next day is a holiday, and it is an evening hours. So we had to take permission from the Chief Justice. So that point of time, Honorable Justice Ulwadi, he was acting Chief Justice, and the private secretary said he will get back to me. After some time, I got a call that you can come and mention the matter before the acting Chief Justice. So I immediately rushed to his house, and I had mentioned, and he said that can you bring the writ petition before 10:30 night, and he asked me what is the matter about, and that he said that there should be one more judge also, so he will call one more judge, and a division bench will hear the matter, and that's how he granted permission.
How did you prepare the case overnight in a few hours?
I started dictating over phone, and I was telling the prayer part of it, because what it struck to me at that point of time is the government order, which is in the form of a press release, cannot be sustained in law. The reasons, two reasons they are giving is, one, they say there are a lot of cases relating to Marina, and number two, legal hurdles. So the second point is about legal hurdles, very vague, and so far as the cases are concerned, there are no orders of the court preventing allotment of space in Marina. Particularly, we are asking within Anna Samadhi, and which is declared to be a crematorium. So therefore, I asked Talavadi that see, our prayer should be very clear, and the court will not grant any vague prayer with vague reliefs. So therefore, we should ask a relief which a court can grant. So I will make a prayer that it has to be done within the precincts of Anna Samadhi. So he immediately agreed to it, and that's how I drafted the prayer.
But that night you didn't have any government order to challenge. You had only a press release to challenge. Was
Yeah.
it the first of the kind when a press release was
Yeah,
challenged?
this was one of the grounds which the government took. The government took an objection that writ petition challenging the press release is not maintainable. So my argument was, are they disowning the press release? Do they have any government order? So the government was not in a position to produce any government order. So therefore, the government itself accepted, except for the press release, there is no government order.
That
Any government order should be via a gazette order. But at least there should be a letter. But the chief secretary choose to issue a press release. It's a signed press release. So nothing wrong in challenging that.
And why didn't the DMK file the case? The cost title of the case said R.S. Bharati, Organizing Secretary, Dravida Munnetra Kalagam, filing the case. It was not Dravida Munnetra Kalagam represented by R.S. Bharati.
There are many legal issues in it. R.S. Bharati is one of the party cadre, and he is also organizing secretary, and he is an advocate, and he is associated with Dr. Kalanja for so many years. He had been in political life for so many years, and for enforcement of fundamental rights, an individual should be there. So even though the DMK party is representing DMK party, I preferred that the cost title should be like that, because what we are asking is right to a decent burial is a fundamental right. That fundamental right carries even after a person dies till he is buried decently. So that is why we asked, I made R.S. Bharati in his personal capacity, followed by the post and the parties.
As per High Court rules, a writ petition should be heard by a single judge of the High Court, and then a writ appeal will go to a division bench consisting of 2 judges. Why did the acting Chief Justice, Justice Hulwadi Ramesh, chose to hear it in a division bench at the first instance?
Because it is concerning the coastal areas also. Normally, environment related matters will be heard by the first bench. And this is also a type of a public interest litigation coming up for hearing. So altogether, the Chief Justice inquired with me that whether it has to go before a single bench or a division bench when I mentioned the matter. So I was very clear to him that this concerns even the coastal, they may take an objection. So I'll be, because the time is running out, we don't want any sort of objections at a later point of time. So better a division bench hear this matter. So that's how the division bench was formed.
That night, there was a huge crowd outside the judge's residence where the hearing was taking place. There were journalists, there were intelligence personnel, there were so many advocates. Nobody was allowed inside the residence of the acting Chief Justice. What actually transpired inside? It was almost midnight.
Yeah. The government, we thought the Advocate General would appear in this case, but the government chose to engage C.S. Vaidyanathan, who is a senior advocate from Supreme Court. His first question was, why did the bench sat at this night to hear a matter? Is there any urgency in this matter? So we all said that, look, a great leader and a 5-time Chief Minister has passed away, and the issues are, there's an urgency in hearing of these issues because he has to be laid to rest, and we are asking for Marina. Then he said that and we also said that peoples are coming from all over India, especially the Tamil Nadu is drained into Chennai, and there will be a lot of law and order problems. Even the judges also said, and he said that the police are, state subject is police, and police will be in a position to handle the law and order situation. Then the judges said that there will be a civil war. What will you do? Can you use your police to suppress this emotional feelings of the people? Then he agreed to hear the matter. That's how the hearing started. By the time the hearing started, it spread over the next day early morning.